the Auburn Blitz Podcast, your direct source for all Auburn all the time with Brett Pritchard, Faith Richardson, and Randy Lee.
What's up, everybody? Welcome into the Auburn Blitz Podcast here on a Tuesday morning. We are glad that you have joined us wherever and whenever it is that you join us each and every day and make an Auburn Blitz part of your daily Auburn athletic intake. Brett and Faith here on a Tuesday. The drama continues for the Auburn football team is all I can say. And Faith, good to see you this morning. I'll see you here in a few minutes. We're heading to practice. Should be interesting vibe. We'll do a little short video when we leave practice to kind of give everybody an update on what that looks like, what the vibe feels like going into another SEC game on Saturday night at Jordan-Hare Stadium with another set of Tigers, the Missouri Tigers. But the headline news yesterday, obviously yesterday afternoon, news that you don't want to hear of a player leaving, much less a captain leaving your team in Deari Austin. It was not, again, when it rains, it pours kind of deal. And you and I kind of looked at each other and then we heard some more stuff. We'll talk about the speculation of why it happened and what went down, but just on the surface, it just doesn't look good.
Yeah, obviously not. It's even worse that more false things are coming out and things that probably aren't true because no one really knows. I'd like to say that with everyone saying some things that are and aren't true, I feel bad for him because
we verified like 3 things yesterday that were not true.
Yeah.
Like people were sending us messages going, well, I heard this and I heard this. And we made some phone calls and they were completely and totally. That's what happens when your program's in disarray and stuff like this happens. The rumor mill just blazes. It doesn't just spark, it blazes. And you just start hearing all these different things. And you're right.
I feel like I'm back in high school. Like this is just the gossip and everything that's going on is bizarre. There's even been people that have made posts apologizing for false accusations upon him. So I feel bad for him in a sense because that sucks. That's your reputation that you're getting talked down upon. I don't know. With him being a captain, definitely, what does that look like for the locker room? What does that look like for the dynamic of the team? How does the team continue on? I mean, they're going to continue on like practice every single day, but that's supposed to be a leader. That's supposed to be somebody that takes control and has leadership upon the offense, especially.
This is a guy the team voted for, by the way. You know, that's
where too a lot of things get confusing is because the team voted him a captain.
Right.
Then people are going around saying that he's not acting captain-like.
Nobody knows. Like,
players have even come out and said that's cap.
There's been several players that have actually come out in support of Deari Austin.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, to kind of go with what your point is that, I mean, I haven't seen anybody come out and go, man, glad that guy's gone.
No.
Glad he's off the team. Like,
that's exactly why I'm saying I feel bad for his reputation being put out on the line because that sucks. Like, if that's your reputation, people are going to say what they want to say.
We heard the rumors in the morning yesterday. And then Coach Freeze confirmed it in the press conference at lunch. We weren't there for the press conference, but of course we were out shooting the show yesterday. So we got information pretty quick saying, yep, what we were hearing was confirmed. And, and I've also gotten some more information, and you have too, of kind of how this thing went down behind the scenes. And I'm going to say this. We are all sick of the current structure of college football, NIL, transfer portal, all that junk that we seem to talk about every day in the summer that we got exhausted. That's when you kind of went into a, like, you about went insane in the month of July. Faith, you remember that? You're like, if we don't get something else to talk about, I think literally going to jump off the top of a house.
Yep.
And so, yeah, it got so monotonous. But guess what? We're seeing more fallout and more stuff happen because of this era of football. We're seeing coaches being fired week 4, week 5, week 6 now more than ever. I mean, this past weekend was nothing but a chopping block. I mean, Sam Pittman got fired 2 weeks ago. I mean, you have a lot of coaches that are getting axed when you used to say, well, no, we're going to ride this out and we'll make a change at the end of the year. Well, because of the portal and now the portal window only being open after December and NIL deals, you got such a muddy mess on how to – there's nothing cut and dried. Like the stuff that you and I were saying about Deari, him saying he wanted a red shirt and, then Freeze supposedly reaching out to the collective, and the collective's like, no, you can't do that. If you do that, you owe us money back. I mean, this is the world we live in now. It is just a jumbled up pile of crap. And genuinely, I think Deari said, look, I've been injured. I hadn't played that much. Can I redshirt this year and figure I'll come to practice? I'll do everything I need to do. And they pretty much said, no, we're not going to do that. It's what we were told. So who's wrong here? But is it because this is the structure it's forcing? Like, I can kind of see the points of the coaches like, okay, man, we need you on this team. Like, you can't just say, well, I'm going to opt out and wait till next year because we don't know if you're going to be back or not. So I kind of see their side of it, but then I kind of see his side too. Going, well, man, I'm not giving up. I'm not quitting on the team. I'll come to practice. I'll work out. I'll do everything you need me to do, but I need to conserve a full year and see if I can play a full healthy year. I don't know what's right or wrong anymore. I don't
either because, I get both sides and I get that he wants to go and play and give his full efforts to maybe Auburn, maybe not, wherever, if he goes somewhere else, I understand that part of it. Again, I understand the coaching staff point of view of, well, you owe it to us to have your last year. It's something that I have really looked into and thought about just in the past couple of weeks. With NIL and with the transfer portal comes no discipline to any of these athletes because they are either threatening to leave, threatening, that they're just going to go somewhere else and get a better deal. They don't owe anything to this school anymore, which is not how it used to be whatsoever. That is absolutely insane. Now they're saying, oh, well, coach, I don't like the way you do this. I'm going to leave. Not saying this is what happened with Deari, but this is the exact point of NIL that is destroying college sports. And if you think that you can just go to a school, decide what you do and don't want to do, threaten the coaches, threaten the staff saying, oh, well, if I have to do this, or if I don't get this amount of, play time or whatever, I'm going to leave. Instead of working your way up, actually dedicating some time to playing behind starters or, learning from other people. And I'm just saying NIL has changed this game so terribly to the point of if Deari is having to owe the Auburn collective money, to me, that is just.
Well, here's the deal. Like, we don't know any details of contracts or whatever. And can you legitimately hold somebody to that? Can you say, I mean, they're not contract employees. I mean, I don't even really know how all that works. And I don't think anybody out there does. You may say you do, but nobody knows what really goes on. And so did he sign some kind of paper that said if I leave or I sit out a year, I owe money back? Like all that speculation. But to be honest with you, the NIL was abused from the start. NIL was supposed to be individual deals players had with outside agencies that you could go out and sign a deal with Chappie's Deli or Joe's Tire Shack or whatever.
Even Nike.
Or whoever. It doesn't matter. You can go do it. You don't have to abide by anything. There's no NCAA violation. You have the freedom to go do that. That's not what NIL's been. And I'm not going back down. This is not where I want to go this morning. But that's not what it's used for. It's pay for play, man. Like everybody get their head out of the freaking sand and understand that that's exactly what that's the code word for pay for play. Oh, we'll just say it's NIL. Well, NIL is name, image, and likeness. That means you can go out and get a deal. I'm not going to go get it for you, but you go get a deal. If you want to go sign with Goodyear Tires and promote Goodyear Tires, good for you. If Goodyear Tires wants to pay you $1 million to promote their tires, wonderful. But should not have anything to do with the school saying, here's how it's going, because that's all we know, that's how it's going down. It's being funneled and players are being paid to do that. So I'm not going down that path. I know you don't want to go down that path. I'm just saying the reason we're in this situation now, again, number two, if you're winning football games, this is not happening. Let's be honest. If you're winning football games, if Auburn had won Saturday night and had beaten one of the two on the road, Deari Austin would not be asking to redshirt. I can promise you that we would not be having this discussion because Auburn would be in the top 25. They would have 2 SEC wins against 2 really good teams and a close loss against the other. Take your pick on who it would have been. And then you're heading into Missouri, another night game, sitting there going, well, this should be a good situation for Auburn. That's not the case. And so when you lose and you're right back in the same spot you've been the last several years, people are like, everything is negative. Everything gets magnified. And all these rumors start swirling and people start taking shots at the program, which, again, it's blood in the water. And so here you are again, and you're having to fight all this external stuff. And so here is what Hugh Freeze said about Deari Austin in the press conference yesterday. He said, Deari failed to meet the expectations and standards of our program, and we love him, wish him the best, but that's where it's at. And that's all he said. I mean, based on what you and I know, is that really how it went down? Has he done something wrong? Didn't meet expectations and standards of the program? Do we remember the Baylor game? You and I were standing in the press conference room. We heard it with our own 2 ears. He was getting up from doing the interview. You can go back and look on our Instagram page. We have the interview. He gets up and he's walking out the room and he said 3 things are for certain in life: death, taxes, and Auburn's going to run the football. You remember that?
Yep.
When me and you looked at each other when he yelled that out and everybody started laughing. And from there to now, does that feel like a guy that went down the tubes? That went from a captain that seemed like to be a guy that everybody liked and was a fun-loving guy to now all of a sudden he hadn't met expectations and standards 6 weeks down the line? I don't get it, man. And again, we're not privy to everything. All we can do is get the information we're told, and we get more information than a lot of people out there, and that's why we share it with everybody. That's the reason people come to this podcast, because they want to hear stuff that we hear. And so I'm just baffled.
We don't know. Let's preface, we don't know what's true and what's not.
Sometimes we can clear up what's true and what's not, because we did a few times yesterday.
Okay, well, I'm saying right now.
Oh, I know that. I'm talking about overall. a lot of times we can provide some information that others can't, but we don't speculate a lot of times. We kind of go with what we've been told, but I am baffled by that statement from you, Freeze. I'll be honest.
Yeah, you would. I don't know from Hugh if you would expect more, but
Well, less is more in this situation for him.
right. That's yeah. So it
So
leads
I'm with you. I don't think you were expecting some long diatribe answer from Hugh Freeze.
it leads a lot of people to go out there and speculate, which is just I feel bad on Damari's behalf of failing to meet expectations and standards of the program because we don't know what that is, what did happen. We don't know. So
there was something you brought up yesterday that didn't sit well with me. It didn't sit well with you. And we're going to come back from talking about some of our partners, and we're going to talk about that. So everybody just hang where you are, because I think it's kind of telling when your program gets in this situation and you shift. And I want to run this by you. And I have not talked about this, but so it's going to be here for everybody to see kind of unfold. I want to see what you think based on some of the responses we've had over the last several weeks, and now what seems to be the changing of a tune from Hugh Freeze. So our partners here on the program, we can't do it without them, and we always start with Sensagreen, Faith.
Sensagreen for air that's cool and clean this fall during dollar days. Call Sensagreen for major discounts on HVAC repairs and installs, plus insulation with Professor Greenbacks. Get HVAC smart at sensagreen.com through Thanksgiving with up to $100 off HVAC repairs, $500 off insulation work, and $1,500 off a new HVAC system. Sensagreen with Carrier, turn to the experts. How cool are these coupons?
Check out Sensagreen for your next unit. Scout Program Management, a full construction management firm located in Birmingham, Alabama. But guess what? They serve the whole Southeast. So if you got a project going on wherever and it's a major project, they need to be the one that directs it. They're going to take you from the pre-construction phase to the finished product. I say it every day. I watch them. They're great guys. Sloan, Jay, Charles, those guys are phenomenal, man. I've sat in meetings with them and watched them work and hold construction firms and municipalities and everybody else accountable for what's going on. They will lead your project. You need to check them out, Scout Program Management in Birmingham, Alabama, for your next major project.
Bunkers in downtown Auburn, if you want to go there during the weekend, they've got some great deals, great happy hour deals, Jell-O shots, all the good things. They're going to be open tomorrow and start of the weekend. Go ahead and get your weekend started at Bunkers on a Wednesday. It doesn't even matter. But head over there, downtown Auburn, 50 parking spaces.
Yep, never have to worry about parking at Bunkers. We just pull right in.
Yep.
And here it is. While everybody else is running up and down the road trying to figure out where they're going to park, we just slide right in, go in, and have a great time. So you can do the same at Bunkers. All right. Something that stood out to me when we were talking about some of the comments from Hugh Freeze yesterday. I'm going to read this, and then I want to go back to a couple press conferences of what Hugh Freeze has said. He said, I think one of the most telling stats of the whole game, defensively, we were dominant, stopped the rushing game, really good on first down. They got us in some third and longs. We had our season low in MAs, missed assignments, 23, which is really, really good for an entire football game. However, on the 17-play drive that sealed the game, for them, we had 11 of the 23. Same calls against the same type of looks. We don't keep the same poise and make the same plays we had proven to make for 3 earlier quarters. Well, I want to stop, first of all, there and say, what in the hell did the offense do to help the defense? Did you look at the time of possession, Coach, and see how long you had the ball? And you're going to get mad because the defense was on the play for 17 field for 17 plays. At the end of the game, couldn't get off the dang field because they've been on the field the whole time. And so, to me, that's a shot at the side of the ball that's kept you in every game. And so maybe that's the truth. And I'm not saying it's not. And maybe there were that many missed assignments. But when your tongue is dragging the ground and you can't get off the dang field because everybody's exhausted, because you've played the entire second half, because your offense had one first down going into that drive, by the way. Okay. I just think that's a little bit off the cuff. Am I off there?
Not a bit.
And I want to go back to press conferences after Oklahoma and A&M. Who did he say the blame was on? Him, right? The coaching staff. This is not on our kids. This is on us. We haven't done the things we need to do. I've got to go back. We, all that stuff. And then you get this on Monday after the Georgia game. Well, it's because we didn't execute. We missed we called the same stuff. They just didn't do what they're supposed to do. And then and then there's some other comments on down the line that you can say, same calls get the same type of look. We don't keep the same poise, make the same plays we've proven to make over 3 earlier quarters. Well, Coach, it's not the same thing. Your defense has been on the dang field the whole game. I mean, so your offense has done nothing in the second half. It was putrid. You had one first down, and you're going to say, well, they missed 11 to 23. I'm whatever, man. I mean, all right, he said obviously there are other factors in the game. Also, I thought deflated us somewhat, but we've got to battle through all of that. So many positives from the game. Again, I compliment the crowd. In fact, look, you can compliment the crowd and fans every week. I can tell you what is consistent. Everybody's showing up until that line has been crossed. And like I said, people prioritize blowing leaves in the front yard, cleaning gutters, painting houses over going to Auburn football games on Saturday. When those other things become priority, then you've lost them, right? So, again, I'm not trying to, throw darts. I just think that was a little tacky. And that's my opinion. You don't have to agree with it. Nobody has to agree with it. But that's just my opinion. They went out there and laid it on the line and held Georgia, gave you every opportunity, held them to a missed field goal, and your offense goes out there and right again. So, I don't know. And your offense went from 15 first downs in the first half to 3 in the second. So I don't really know what else to say about that. I'll let you give your take.
I don't think I need to, because I think you really took it all there.
So what about, but was I off on the press conferences? Is that what stood out to you after A&M and Oklahoma?
We talked about it. We said, okay, there's something, there's recognition of, all right, starts with me, the coaches. I'm the head coach. I've got to do something about this. Now you're going and pointing fingers at your players when
he said same thing offensively. They play the games 15 yards early in the game against the same look, has a -2 because we missed assignment on a blocking assignment. Or a pass that was an easy completion became much more difficult for some reason. Am I reading this? I mean, I'm serious, man. They made adjustments. It may have been the same look, but they made adjustments. I asked him the question about the third downs. Everybody can go look at it. And he said they stopped the run. That was really what his explanation was about why things were so different from half one to half two. I said, Coach, what changed so much? I said, you said Georgia made, adjustments. Well, what was it that they did? He said they stopped the run. Oh, well, does that mean just that's it? So I just thought
that's not facing adversity right there. And somewhere in here, he talks about, the kids and how handle adversity somewhere in this press conference. That's not facing adversity. That is just giving
There's
up.
so much to digest out of this press conference. We don't have enough time this morning. And I know we're about to head over to the complex, and we're going to see. I just want to see what the mood is and kind of, well, I know what we're going to see. We're not going to see anything different, but I want to see what the mood is and kind of the vibe really of this team, because I can go down this list. I mean, on a lot of things he's talked about. I mean, he went on to say about Deari Austin's departure. Someone asked him a follow-up. It's like, is he gone? Like, is he gone? He said he won't be playing here anymore. Next man up. Get Omar Mapson, Alvin Henderson, Justin Jones, and those guys ready to roll. That was his follow-up on that. Here's what he said about Jackson Arnold. I want to hear what you got to say about this. I can't wait. Critical moments. He's got to shine, and I think he has done a lot of nice things. Obviously, he's taken care of the football for the most part, but certainly I think he has got to have a little more poise in the pocket. And when we got to have those critical throws, we got to make them. We have lacked some of that. So that's where he's got to improve, and he knows it. All right, I'm going to shut up. What is your take on that answer?
Obviously, he's taking care of the football for the most part. He's holding on to that football like his heartbeat is coming out of that football.
He goes to bed with it. He won't turn it loose unless it's a swing pass.
A successful quarterback is not going to be able to hold on to the ball like a running back does and not let go of the freaking ball. Because guess what? As a quarterback, you're supposed to throw the ball. You can run the ball, but he's holding on to it like his literal pulse is coming from it.
Here,
I seriously don't understand, because too, like, he goes and he makes a throw to Eric Singleton and overthrows him, right?
Yep.
The one throw that you go to make downfield, a long pass,
it's going to give you the lead back late in the football game,
is going to be a walk-in touchdown.
Yep.
You overthrow it. The rest of the game, let me take a sack, let me hand it off, and let's run it right into every single Georgia defender that's right there asking for me, hey, come here. Like, I seriously don't understand. I didn't understand what was going through Peyton Thorne's mind when I saw Peyton Thorne.
What about the stat we were told today? Holy moly. Do you have it in front of you?
I have it on my piece of paper.
Right. I think I can remember it.
I think so too.
Because yards are what was the stat? It was
passing yards attempted.
No, I think it's
Complete.
No, I think it's yards per attempt.
Yes, yards per attempt.
Yards per attempt.
Auburn last year with Peyton Thorne
was ranked 10th in the country.
Was ranked 10th.
This
year, they are ranked 123rd out of 133 teams.
So
Jackson Arnold.
Last year you were 10th in the country. This year you're 10th from the bottom.
How on earth?
You cannot. Like, that's why this is another quote that is mind-boggling to me, that you're saying that. Like, apparently this deep into the season, this isn't going to change. Does somebody need to fill him in on that? Like, he's got to shine. He's got to obviously, have a little bit more poise in the pocket, and we got to have those critical throws. Does he really think that's all of a sudden just going to start happening? I don't know.
Brett, I just got, this is literally in real time right now. For everyone that's watching, it's 8:27 at night on Monday. I just got an alert from CBS
I don't even want to know what it is.
Auburn's AD says, not my expectation to fire Hugh Freeze. Compares coach to a car that doesn't always start.
What?
Cohen said, it's not my expectation at this point to make a coaching change, but he added that he'll never say never and offered this gem of a quote comparing Freeze to a car that sometimes doesn't start. I don't know if I'm going to walk outside and my car is going to start or not. I think it is, Cohen said. I have an expectation it will, but if my car doesn't start enough, then I will evaluate that and make decisions about my car.
What?
But that's not my expectation at this point about our football program.
Is that real? Is that real? That's real. All right. Can I ask a simple question based off that? Do you walk outside wondering if your car is going to start in the morning or not? I'm asking it. I mean, I don't. I mean, I pretty much know the damn thing's going to crank. Now, every 4 or 5 years, you might go out after a cold spell and your battery has been zapped because it's like really cold and has a bad cell and dies. And so you go, oh, crap, I didn't know. Okay, battery's 5 years old. Yep, I need to get a new battery. But it ain't a crapshoot every morning when I walk outside whether the damn car's going to start or not. I can't even understand that quote. It's amazing.
The very last quote of this article says,
I mean, gosh. I gotta
actually, let me do the last two.
Okay, just go for it.
That said, if the program doesn't show signs of progress in the offense, which is supposed to be Freeze's strength, looks as toothless as it has been to start this season, it's hard to envision him being back in 2026. So for any Auburn fans hoping for a coaching change, they might just need a few more failures to start for Cohen and the Tigers to make that reevaluation.
I'm dumbfounded by what you just read. Okay, so after reading that, what is your expectation for Hugh Freeze to be here next year? Heck, let's take it a step further. What's your expectation for him to be here after Saturday? After reading
if John Cohen, I think John Cohen seriously is going to go outside, and if his car starts, Hugh Freeze is going to be staying at Auburn, and until the day his car dies.
He's just going to wait till the thing dies, and then he goes, oh, well, this must be the day. This must be the day. Like, no, I'm serious. Like, anybody watching, we can't answer your comment, but I just take a poll. The comments will scroll. We'll see them. Does anybody go outside in the morning and go, well, maybe it's going to start? This thing might start, it might not. Like, I don't think anybody.
You want to know the only other place I've like really heard this comparison is, you know, when you're having anxiety about something, and, you know, this is just creds to me, because when you're having anxiety about something and your mom says, Faith, do you think the sun's going to rise tomorrow? Well, we don't know that, but you have to have faith and you have to believe that it's going to. That is the exact same situation that John Cohen just gave, of the same thing that my mom would tell me when I'm having anxiety attacks to calm down.
I'm sorry not to cut you off. I'm just still trying to gather my thoughts.
Like that, this is like literally real time of seeing that.
Robbie Calland wrote this article for CBS Sports.
Yeah, but
Peter
from AL.com.
Okay, yeah. But I'm reading what Robbie Calland wrote that you sent me.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, he got it from Peter.
Okay, he got it from Peter.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
He was asked exactly that by AL.com.
Yeah, I see. I read down the article. I read now. A lukewarm vote of confidence. Like, if I'm reading that, if I'm Hugh Freeze, I'm like, well, man, I ain't going to be around here much longer.
I mean, I want to know what kind of car John Cohen drives.
Does that tell you that something's already been done?
What kind of car does John Cohen drive to make him go outside and question?
Hey, I can promise you it's one. I can promise you it's one that you shouldn't have to worry about it cranking. It ain't a 1969 jalopy. that you just hope that you're going to take a crapshoot on whether the thing's going to turn over or not.
How is this real life right now?
I don't know if I'm going to walk outside and my car is going to start or not.
If that's the case, you need to get in a car.
I can't think of a worse. We got to move on from that. I really don't know how to respond to that. I wouldn't even have thought of coming up with that. Didn't even make any sense.
I'm telling you, it sounds like something you would tell somebody about anxiety. Is the sun going to rise tomorrow? You got to have faith that the sun's going to rise. Maybe I'm the only one that heard that because my name is Faith, you know?
I mean, this is one of the absolute, I got to stop. I got to move away from this. Like, the more I let this marinate right now, we're probably have to just stop this whole podcast.
I keep having tears coming to my eyes because I want to laugh so hard.
I have the text I just got. I've got to send it to you. I mean, I just don't even know what to say. Like, this is happening in real time, everybody. You want to talk about real time? This is real time. This is exactly that's I'm gonna leave it alone. All right, we're going to talk about some more of our partners here. I'm telling you right now, Old Number One Customs, they will come and start your car. No, they won't. They will come and fix your bathroom, your bedroom, your outdoor living space, whatever. They might jump your car off. I'm sure Jake's got some jumper cables in case you need them. So, but call Old Number One Customs. They can jump your car while they're there renovating your house. So please do it. They just finished with our master bathroom. I swear I'm not lying to everybody. I promise you I'm going to show you pictures. But they got one more thing they've got to do before I show it to everybody. And I just want it to all be complete. So just got to finish it up. But, man, they're so close. So go check out Old Number One Customs, man, on Instagram, Facebook. Man, they do phenomenal work.
JFA Blue Plumbing, go ahead and get that Home Atlas water filter duo installed by JFA Blue Plumbing. It's really scary to see what comes out of a filter when you are, filtering your water. So instead of being scared to look at that, go ahead and have the Home Atlas water filter duo installed for just $15.99 so that you don't have to worry about what the nasty stuff is inside your water going throughout every single faucet in your house. So calling them to 844-JFA Blue.
I need some Oliver Ross, by the way, right now.
What? Oh, yeah.
I need Oliver Ross right now.
Yeah, absolutely. No kidding. Oliver Ross, go ahead and have them for your professional bartending service for whatever it is. I mean, anywhere from 20 people up to 20,000 people, which is crazy. They will be the bartending service for you. They're getting busy. You've got some fall weddings coming up. You've got the tailgates. You've got sorority, fraternity day parties. You got everything. So go ahead and call on Oliver Ross before they get booked for any social gathering or event that you got.
Russell Medical Center in Alexander City, small town hospital with big time city service. And again, you don't have to fight the traffic. You don't have to do the things that that you have to go through in these bigger cities to get top-notch medical care. Voted one of the top 3 hospitals in Alabama. Come check out Russell Medical Center and you'll see why. You need to drive down 280 if you're in Auburn and check them out.
Their car starts.
Yeah, maybe their car can get them here. If not, you can Uber. How about that? All right. I don't know. We got to go to practice. So maybe my car will start. And when I come by to pick you up, Faith, to go to practice, we can make it there. Actually, we're actually taking Sophie today. So our intern gets to go to practice for the first time. Should be a very interesting one for sure. But we've got to end on that. We've got to end on that comment. Like you went ahead and ended it with a bang with that notification from CBS Sports. So the real quick, no more breaking news as we're here. The AP Top 25 preseason poll for basketball is out. Where's Auburn? Auburn comes in at number 20. So Auburn number 20. Let's talk about some of the other SEC teams real quick. And we can talk about this more down the line. We got SEC Media Days coming up in a couple of days. Actually, tomorrow. Tennessee at 18, Alabama at 15, Arkansas 14, Kentucky at 9, Florida at 3, and there's your SEC teams in the top 25. Preseason AP top 25. So Purdue's number 1, by the way, for everybody wanting to know. Houston comes in at number 2. All right. That one was interesting. At least we're smiling. I'm letting you send us out. We got to go.
I hope everybody has the best day ever. I hope your car starts.
Please. If it does, there's no way you can't have a great day. Once your car's off and running, then you should be off and running too. All right, we have Auburn Blitz at noon with Andy and Randy. Faith and I will be back again. We'll be back a little bit later today with a little recap of practice. So be checking that out. If you go and subscribe to our YouTube channel, you'll be able to get that alert. A lot of you've done that. If you hadn't, do it. Go like everything we've done. If you like what we've done, it helps us out a ton. All right. Everybody go do something good for somebody today. Go jump their car, whatever you got to do. Be a good Samaritan. We'll see you tomorrow for more.